eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. The samstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at simstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears.
G5 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
What is going on? What is going on? What is it? Saturday or Sunday? I don't even know. I've been working so much. Sunday afternoon. Duh. August the 4th. Episode eSIM Studios podcast live stream episode number 170. Do apologize. My brain's all over the place. Developing a new website, so my brain is stuck on that. It's gonna be super cool. Can't wait for y'all to see it. Very, very cool. It's very cool. It's better than the ones that I have now, so I'm very excited about it. If you can't tell, I'm kind of giddy, but it'll be released next week, this upcoming week, and very cool. So we do have a number of topics to get into. I would like to mention first, before we get into those, if you miss anything on this, right, I need to start putting chapters. Of course, these episodes are a little shorter. I just started up my NFL channel again for this upcoming football season, Chiefs Studios. You can find the link for that in the description box below if you are interested in catching some football topics and stuff like that. You're more than welcome to join. But you can always hit the replay, right? If you miss any part of it, join late, you catch the last few minutes. Typically, they were before football season and go about an hour long. And try to get these done, these short little quick podcasts done, maybe 30 minutes. Because I do a daily podcast over on my Chiefs Studios as well. So we're gonna make that about 30 minutes as well. But anyways, you can also catch us wherever you get your podcast. We are certified badass podcast. I just made that up, but we are certified. That's official, but well, I guess you could say the badass part. It depends on how you look at it, but we are up to number 11. Yes, hard to believe. We were sitting at number 13 a few weeks ago. Top 60 tech podcasts in the world. Top 60. We're number 11. We have a ton of listeners here in the U.S., but in Southeast Asia and stuff like that. So I want to thank everybody that's watching, listening in Vietnam and Thailand. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate it. Sumatra, we have it's numbers are all over the place, but I want to thank you very much for watching. It's humbling. Number 11, top 60. Who would have thought? Okay. Now, we've been iPhone heavy lately. We've been Pixel heavy lately. Now, there is a new version of Gcam. There's a new version of Gcam. So, everybody that has an Android device out there, I know the iPhone users are probably like, what the hell is a Gcam? For all the Android users, there is a new version of Gcam out. What is Gcam? Gcam is essentially the Pixel camera, the application taken off of the Pixel phone, not the physical camera, right? It's the application taken off of the Pixel, and then it's modified to fit any other Android phone. Pixel is widely known as the best picture-taking cell phone, at least in the Android world. It'll go neck and neck with iPhone. I can't wait to test them out here in this next month or two. Plan on getting Pixel, plan on getting an iPhone. So it's been years since I've gotten an iPhone at launch, and I think we're going to do it this year. But if you want to download and install the Gcam app on your Android phone, I have the place to do it, and I have a little sneak peek as well. So you can go to eSIMstudios.app, just like it shows you on the screen here, or if you're listening, just simply go to eSIMstudios.app, right? And then I'll put a link for I'll put a link in the description box for the Gcam. How about that? I'm gonna do it now because it's gonna disrupt stuff. But if you're watching this after the live, like you're catching the replay, I'll have it posted down there below. If you're watching this live right now, wait for about 5 minutes after this podcast is done, and I'll put the links in the description box. Okay, I have basically how to download it and how to install it. I got everything covered for y'all. Don't you worry. So let's get into it. Let's see here. I wanted to get it now. I'm working on a big article for the new Apple Intelligence, basically breaking down each and every new feature that Apple has put on the beta version of iOS 18.1. And just if everybody's interested, I know you can Google it. You'll get some, because I was searching for it, right? And just spurts here and there, nothing really well defined, nothing really well put together as far as, I just want the features, I don't want opinions, I just want facts. And I couldn't really find anything, so I'm going to make an article myself. So I'm working on that, should have that out in the next day or two. Samsung, so we have Samsung and iPhone news. Let's get into the Samsung stuff right now in MediaTek, since it is on the thumbnail. Hang on one second. So, it was just announced. Was it announced? Was it officially announced or was it leaked? I don't know. Let's see here. Let me share the screen and we can find out. Daniel, what's going on, brother? Brian, how's it going? You doing good today? No, I had planned on it. Check this out. I promise y'all tomorrow will be the Apple Roast Day. Actually, you know what? I could do it today. I don't have all the facts. I have a list of notes here. Hang on. I might do it. Let me see where I'm at here. Sure. I promise you, if it's not today, it will be tomorrow. I've been working on this new site, so my brain's all over the place. But I had a list of notes here. And we'll get into it might be better if I do it tomorrow. I'll be more organized. I'll schedule the live stream if this time is better for most of y'all throughout the day. I know it's a Sunday, but I might schedule it earlier, like tomorrow. If I do tomorrow, I'll schedule a live stream tomorrow for 4:35 p.m. But I'll schedule it earlier in the day so y'all can know. But let me share this screen here. Oh, that's good to hear. Nah, you didn't miss it. I got some heat for them. So we'll see. I got some notes, but I need all of them. Let me move this over here. Okay. So MediaTek Dimensity. Let me take this banner overlay off. MediaTek Dimensity 9400. How could I degrade them? 9400. Their flagship CPU, right? This is going to compete against the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 when it comes out. When it gets announced in late December, that will be powering the Samsung Galaxy S23 series, as well as the OnePlus 13 series, among some other flagship Android devices, right? Was just announced. I think it was officially announced. Is this a leak or is this announced? But anyways, check this out. I believe this is going to be the next CPU for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 series. As you know, Samsung's been having issues. As soon as I hit play, this happens the last 2 days. As soon as I hit play, as soon as I hit go live, this cat wants to interrupt this live. Give me a second. What's wrong with you? Huh? Stay there. As soon as I apologize, it's gonna have some noticeable improvements, not drastic improvements, over the previous generation. I'm talking about this Dimensity 9400. As you know, Samsung's been having major issues with the manufacturing of their own CPU. So much, in fact, that they're gonna have to go now. Hang on. Typically in these tablet series, in the flagship tablet series, they've chosen to go with the with the Qualcomm Snapdragon. Now, I know in the FEs and in the A models, they go with their own Samsung Exynos, but I'm talking about the flagship models for these tabs. A very interesting choice by Samsung to choose MediaTek. Now, why do they do it? Well, a number of reasons. One, it's powerful. Two, it's cheaper. So one flagship CPU from MediaTek, this one they're choosing, is going to be cheaper per chip than the Snapdragon variant, 8 Gen 4. Also, they're doing it to, I think, a negotiation chip to try, no pun intended, to try and, my cat's trying to jump up here, God damn it, why are you always bothering me? Huh? I'm trying to do a podcast. Okay, I'm gonna have to edit that part out. Jesus Christ, I'm really sorry. I'm really embarrassed. They haven't last 2-3 days. Every time they're quiet. They stay to themselves all day. Literally, as soon as I hit live, they want to jump on my desk. They want to start messing with me. Okay, so I think there's a number of reasons why Samsung chose MediaTek. We'll go through them again real quick. One, the price is cheaper per chip than the flagship Qualcomm variant, right? Number two, it's a bargaining chip. I believe they can essentially go back to Qualcomm the following year, so this time next year, and say, hey, we can go with MediaTek again and get them for cheaper. So, and we don't mind doing that. We need you to lower your price, and negotiations will begin trying to lower the Qualcomm chip. As far as on the prices, right? Now this 9400 built on TSMC. So this is a quality chip. This is not some rinky-dink chip that you never heard of. This is better than Samsung's best chip, right? This is going to be, again, right up there with the 8 Gen 4. Built on TSMC's second generation 3 nanometer process node. So this 9400 mainly improves energy consumption and AI performance. So you're going to get better battery life, and it will be able to handle all the AI that Samsung throws in to the software. And the NPU computing power is increased by about 40%. That's a lot. It'll compete with the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in October. The Vivo X200 3 Cup was first launched, followed by the Oppo Find X8 2 Cup. The price of the flagship of this generation of small screen may also increase slightly. For the information we have, it's a big improvement in AI processing. 40% over last year's CPU is a big improvement. Typically, next generation CPUs, you'll see anywhere from 10% performance increase to about 40%, right? 10 to 40 is about the range that you see with these CPUs, generation after generation after generation, right? I can't wait. I'm actually really excited. I was kind of skeptical at first, but after using a couple of phones with MediaTek CPUs, I've never used a device with MediaTek CPU in them. I've always wanted to get one. I think that OnePlus, I take that back. I have used one. The OnePlus Nord 2, I'd gotten and enjoyed it. That had a MediaTek CPU. The Nothing Phone 2A, MediaTek CPU. The CMF Phone 1, MediaTek CPU. So I've used 3 phones. All 3 devices have been awesome. Like, no stuttering, no skipping, no lagging, no dropping memory on apps that are running in the background. Obviously, it has to do with RAM, but very smooth experience, powerful for what you pay for them. And I think that's what they bring to the table, right? So, let's see. Other rumored information points to the Dimensity 9400 being a larger chip in general. It could have a 150 millimeter squared die size, which will be the largest on mobile. No kidding. This chip could boast 30 billion transistors. That's a massive 32% increase over the Dimensity Dimensity 9300. That's a staggering statistic. So this will be the biggest mobile chip ever. I can see. That's insane. 150 millimeter squared die size, which would be the largest on a mobile. 30 billion transistors. It's a 32% increase over last year's model. My goodness. You can see where the power will increase from. Now you should get better. Here's the thing. You should get better heat dissipation too, because it's on a larger plane, and hopefully it should have more surface area to cool down, right? There she is again. Man, oh man. It should have more surface area to cool down. So I think it should. The battery life should be good. Power should be good. And you good? You good? No, don't knock over my phone. Last time she jumped up here, she accidentally knocked over my phone. So why do I think this is going to be on the Samsung's next tablet? Well, because they're essentially announcing it right now. And what did they say? For an October launch, correct? Well, guess what? Guess what else is coming out in October? That's right, Samsung Galaxy Tab S10 series. And what else do we know? Well, we know they're going to be using, it's a done deal. It's a signed, sealed, and delivered. I think they're manufacturing them right now. They are Samsung's going with MediaTek with a MediaTek flagship CPU. They didn't say which one specifically, but I believe it's this one in their tablets. So this has got to be it. I'm not going to bet my life on it or bet the house on it. I don't really bet, but I'm basically 90. I don't know, probably 85%. 90% sure that this is the CPU that's going to be in these tablets, and I can't wait. I'm going to trade my S9 Ultra in for an S10 Ultra. I love this thing. I was working on it all day today like a laptop. You can see my other laptop was here in the back. I was just using this all day. So They're very capable. So you got a big 14-inch display. So it's basically like a laptop. So okay. So yesterday we went over the new selfie cameras. Now that are going to come on the new iPhones, but not the iPhone 16, the iPhone 17, right? Now, I wanted to get into iPhone 16 specs. All right? iPhone 16 specs. This is what we know so far. Look, Pixels come out. We basically know we're going to definitely cover Pixel as we creep up to the launch date, which is around roughly 10 days, right, for the Pixel 9 series. But we already know everything about the Pixels, and we will cover them extensively. We're going to do a live stream on the launch day. We're going to have a Pixel party day, so to speak. We've done one for the last 2 years, and then every year before that, I've done a Pixel party day privately, offline. But it's like a Christmas Day again. You get excited. Anyways, but don't know. We know most about the iPhone, not everything. But again, as we get closer to launch, stuff starts leaking out. And I wanted to basically put this out and let everybody know what Apple has in for store for these iPhones this year. So for this iPhone 16 series, which I believe is going to be a mid-September launch, mid to late September, probably the third week in September. They're all going to support AI, Apple Intelligence, Apple Intelligence, and/or Apple's version of the AI, right, baked into their phones. So as you know, the 15 Pro and the 15 Pro Max are the only devices now that can essentially handle the Apple AI. Next year, this year, this iPhone 16 series, all the models are going to be able to handle. What is this cat? She's getting me all. What are you doing? Just chill. Just relax, all right? Just stay there. Jeez. So this year, the whole lineup's going to be able to support AI. So you're going to get faster CPUs, and they're not going to stagger CPUs. So the base models, the 16 and the 16 Plus, are not going to have last year's CPUs, right? Not going to have last year's CPUs, while the Pro and the Pro Max get the newest, latest, and greatest. No. They ended that last year. Thank God. I thought they were really sticking it to customers. This year, it will be flagship CPUs in all four models. Now, I know it's kind of like the Pixel, right? iPhone launch, Pixel launch, kind of the same thing. There's actually not that much buzz. I've been seeing a lot of people online saying they're going to skip this year's Pixel. And I get it, right? I understand why people are choosing that option. And I've seen a lot of people say they're going to skip iPhone 16 this year. I think they're kind of in the same boat as in the year after. 2025 is going to bring us massive changes on both of those fronts. Specifically, Pixel, you're going to get the new I believe that's their make or break year. Pixel, not this year, next year, make or break. They're going to release their new Tensor CPU built from the ground up by Google, just like Apple, right? No more Samsung, no more Exynos. So next year, not this year. This year, the launch in 10 days is the last CPU Samsung is going to manufacture for Google. Next year, TSMC is going to manufacture it. And I believe that's the make or break year. That's the Pixel to get. If you're kind of on the fence, I don't know. Wait, you're not going to want to miss next year's Pixel. So just put that in your mind and do what you got to do, but you got to get next year's Pixel. iPhone, same thing. It's kind of on this boring. They make subtle changes, but it's relatively boring. Nothing much has changed, right? They'll do little things like an action button, or they're always doing little things here and there too. So you got to buy new accessories every year, buy a new case every year. Next year is when everything starts changing for Apple. Next year you get introduced that slim model, which I've heard is going to be right at $1,300. Not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to start at like $1,500. So you get that iPhone Slim next year. That's going to be badass. And then the year after that, you get the flip models. Hang on. So this year, rumored features with the base iPhone 16, you get a larger 6.3 inch display. Excuse me, this is for the Pro models. For the iPhone 16 Pro, you're getting a 6.34 inch display, up from a 6.1 inch display. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you are holding the devices in your hand, you can tell there is a difference. And then the Pro Max, Lord have mercy, is going to be 6.9 inches bigger than the S23 Ultra, bigger than the OnePlus 12. OnePlus 12, I think, is at 6.8. But the iPhone's going to feel bigger because it's boxy, it's squared. Technically, the S23 Ultra and the OnePlus 12 have the same size screen. However, S23 Ultra feels much bigger in your hand, harder to use with one hand, simply because it has a squared off design. The OnePlus is curved display, curved back, so it fits in your hand real nice and easy. This is going to be huge, and I think a lot of people are not really, I think it's going to fly over a lot of people's heads. I think a lot of people that are used to buying a Pro Max model are going to get this. They're going to get it. And they're going to say, wow, this thing is huge. You're going to hear everybody online, all these reviews. Oh my God, it's huge. I think a lot of people are going to have to return it, right? Simply because it's too big. And I think that's why they increased the smaller 16 Pro up to a 6.34 display, right? So people that like the Pro Max but didn't want to get the Pro because it's too small, now they can fall back on the Pro and it'll be bigger than last year. So I think it was strategic for them to do that. Now you're going to get an action button on all iPhone 16 models this year. All 4 models getting an action button. They're all getting world-class CPUs, right? They're not staggering them with last year's model. And let's see, vertical camera lenses for the standard model, going back to 2000 and I don't even know, 2000 and something. Then turning back the hands of time before they move forward in the future. Just I don't know what they're doing. So let's see. Here you get the colors, right? There's the girly colors here. You get the white, the green, the yellow, the pink. It looks like iPhone 11, iPhone 10. So that would be, what are we on? 16. So it would be 6 years ago. So that's dating back to 2018. Let's see here. What else we got? So the Pro and the Pro Max is going to be, actually the Pro is going to be where it's at this year. I think they're going to sell, well, I take that back. They sell more Pro Maxes every year than anything else, just because it's the best Apple has to offer. But the phone to get is going to be the Pro. I believe that's the one I'm going to get. I'm not happy about it, but I'm getting it for the channel. I'm doing it for technology so I can do comparison videos and all this stuff. I think I'm missing out on some Apple stuff, so I will be reusing it reluctantly, but happily at the same time because I'm going to be making videos. I'm going to make it fair as possible, right? I'm not going to have Android winning every single comparison. I'm not one of those people. If the iPhone beats it in the camera quality test, then it beats whatever Android phone in the quality test. I'm going to be as fair as possible. Again, I don't have an issue with them. Well, I do. I have an issue using them. I hate the operating system, but I don't care if other people use it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna have to get into the Apple roast tomorrow. I promise you I'll do it tomorrow. I gotta have my notes. My brain's all over the place, and it's gonna come out horribly today. Let's see here. So there you go. iPhone 11 wrapped up and boxed up as an iPhone 16. You get the action button there on the side. This is the base 16, right? So you'll be able to, I'm sure, you'll be able to select a function for that button or double pressing it, long pressing it. Of course, I don't know if they have that programmed in there, but you will be able to program it with something of your choice. Let's see. Here is the other color models. These are the dummy units. And these case companies got. You get a white, black, blue, green, pink. Yeah. Rose gold, whatever you want to call it. MagSafe. See, here's what I mean. And I'm going to include this. I'm going to include this in tomorrow's roast. And I'll just give you a sneak peek. This is how they nickel and dime the hell out of their customers. And it really, really, really bothers me. Because they did not have to do this. I don't care what they tell you. They did not have to do this. They're changing the MagSafe design. Because you may think, and I do comparison videos. Like when I had the S22 Ultra and the S23 Ultra came out, I was like, damn, it's like the same phone. That's cool. I don't have to buy other cases, right? So I did a video comparison. Can the same case from an S22 Ultra fit on an S23 Ultra? Because same design, same dimensions, everything. And what do you know? It did go on the S23 Ultra, the case from the S22 Ultra, but it wasn't like a perfect fit. You could get away with it if you wanted to, but Apple designs it. They take it one step further and actually take functionality out of their new updated iPhones if you try to use the ones from the past. Because with the iPhone 16 series, not only are the sizes a little different, and they look essentially the same, but the MagSafe dimensions are different. So they're gonna make you buy now all new MagSafe crap. I mean, you can tell right here. Maybe not all new. Like you probably don't have to buy another MagSafe, like an actual charger, but you're gonna have to buy the case. You're gonna have to buy everything else except the charger, right? You can tell right here, left to right, that it's different dimensions, different diameter. And look, it comes pretty close up to here to the camera bump. Just not quite as close. So remember, if you want to tell this apart, let's say you have an iPhone 16 Pro and an iPhone 15 Pro next to each other. Now, the 16 Pro is a little bit bigger, but you probably won't be able to tell it if you're looking at a store or somebody trying to sell it to you. You may not be able to tell right off the bat, right? So here's one way. If somebody tries to sell you an iPhone 15 Pro when you really think you're getting a 16 Pro, is look at the sensors, right? So the camera sensors look the same, but check it out. You get an extra cutout on the bottom right of the camera island. You have a cutout on the bottom right, and you have a cutout on the top right. This is a 16 Pro. Bottom right, top right, 16 Pro. Now on the iPhone 15 on the right, iPhone 15 Pro on the right side here of the picture, you only have one cutout for a sensor on the top right. See what I'm saying? Because I've heard, trust me, I've heard stories where somebody trying to sell an iPhone. I don't know what it was, 13 Pro Max, or no, he's trying to sell a 13 Pro Max. He was trying to sell it as a 14 Pro Max. And ever since then, a couple years ago, I'm like, I always try to find little things, little keys I can look at these phones to tell which one is which. So remember, 16 Pro is going to have 2 sensor cutouts. 15 Pro only has 1. Now here you get to see the sizes in real life. You got the Pro Max, the big Pro Max, 6.9 inch display, ginormous phone on the left. You got the iPhone 16 Pro, the black one here. Now look, you can see the cutout here again for the 16 series. Pro and Pro Max, you got a sensor down here and a sensor up here. Hard to tell on the black one, but it's there. And then the base iPhone 16, 6.1 inch display right here, the pink one. And then your iPhone 16 Plus, the last year for the short-lived series iPhone, for the Plus series. iPhone 16 Plus going to get replaced by the Slim next year, but it is on the right side of your screen. Now, you can tell these action buttons here. Action buttons right above the volume rocker on the right side of the display, I believe. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Size changes. We already gone through that. And here you get to see the 16 Pro. Same thickness. Now the height is different. Width is a little different. Display, definitely different. Border of the screen, look how much they shaved off. It's going to have the slimmest bezels. I've heard when these get released, it'll have the slimmest bezels. So in between the border of your phone and the display, that little tiny black strip that borders your display, this new iPhone 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max is going to have the smallest screen border of any phone released. Probably only be, lived for, it'll probably only stand for a few months till something else comes out, but should look pretty cool. Look at this. This screen border is going to be 1.15 millimeters. Check this out. 163 millimeters tall. It's pretty tall. 77 millimeters wide. Damn, that's a big phone. They did drop the weight though. From what I remember, these 15 Pro Max was heavier. God damn. See how big that is? It makes it look like last year's Pro Max and Pro. But no, that's last year's Pro Max and this year's Pro Max. That extra little bit does make a big difference. Again, it's taller, it's wider. Is it thicker? Taller, wider. Thickness, about the same. Height, taller. Width, it is wider. Taller and wider. And only 4 grams heavier. Wow, that thing's going to be huge. I believe these are using a micro lens. I see. Okay, nothing going on there with the display. Look, it's going to be a badass display, right? I think Samsung is the manufacturer. I'm not sure. Micro lens technology. What is this? Increased brightness, better power efficiency. Actually, Pixel 8 series came out with a new technology that actually nobody else had. where you can get a peak brightness and not use as much power as everybody else is using on their display at peak brightness, which helps you save battery life. But it looks like Apple is implementing their own technology in that field. OLED, right? It'll be, do we have the PPI here? Pixel density? I don't think we have it yet. Anyways, capture button located on the same side of the iPhone as the power button in the space that is occupied by the 5mm wave antenna. So hold up. They said on the same side as the power button. I thought this picture showed, unless this was an old picture of the 15 series. I don't know. Action button. Let's see. Hang on. Let's go back to the display. There could be some minor tweaks in the Face ID system in the iPhone 16 models, but it is not clear what might be different. An Apple insider in England reportedly lost a supply deal with Apple because Apple has plans to overhaul Face ID with the launch of the iPhone 16 series. Interesting. I know they were going with under-display sensors next year, so I don't know why. To my knowledge, it's going to be the same, but who knows? Action button. It replaces that traditional mute switch, right? It can perform multiple functions, activating flashlight, turning on the camera, launching a shortcut, enabling or disabling focus mode, which I've never even opened that app before. Translate, whatever you need it for, it'll be there. Yes, we know it's located on the side of the device. Blah, blah, blah. A-series chips. iOS 18 confirms that all 4 16 models are set to use the same next generation Bionic A18 chip. But Apple could still differentiate between the 16 and 16 Pro A18 chips with a smaller number of GPU cores, either binded or disabled, could be used for the 16 models, while chips with a better GPU could be used for the 16 Pro. Chips could even have a different A18 and A18 Pro CPU names. The next generation A18 chip is planned for the 16 Pro models. Could feature an upgraded neural engine with significantly more cores, allowing better AI. Blah, blah, blah. Thermals. Are they putting in a heat sink or what's going on? Yeah, they still are. Let's see. A metal battery casing that will improve heat dissipation. Graphene is a higher thermal conductivity than copper, which is used in iPhone, and the heat sinks dissipate heat better. RAM. Standard 16 models could be upgraded to 8 gigs of RAM. Notice how they said could be. Up from 6 gigs in the iPhone 15 models. That would go for 16 models at 8 gigs of RAM. It's about time. Could be equipped with the Snapdragon X75 modem, allowing faster, more efficient connectivity. Sub 6, 25% less board space, 20% less power, heat, all that, right? Wi-Fi 7. Planning on having Wi-Fi 7. Now, not many Wi-Fi 7 routers are available to purchase, but you can purchase some. They're very expensive, but even if you purchase a Wi-Fi 7 router, say from Best Buy or Amazon, still doesn't mean you can use Wi-Fi 7. Your provider, whether it's Spectrum, whether it's Google Fiber, Time Warner, whatever, they have to supply the Wi-Fi 7 signal, or else that router that you have is not even going to make a difference, right? And as of now, I don't think, I'm not sure. All I know is Google Fiber. We have Google Fiber. They don't offer Wi-Fi 7 yet. I called them a couple weeks ago. They said they're working on it, implementing that. And they said it won't be too much longer. So as soon as we get Wi-Fi 7, I'm jumping on board. But as of now, hardly anybody has that available. But this will basically future-proof that phone for, a few years in the future. Hopefully longer than that. But you get the point. It's not like they're going to release a phone with Wi-Fi 6 or 6E, and then 2 months later, boom, everybody's Wi-Fi 7. You're like, what the hell? USB-C port. Expected to be used for the iPhone 16 models. Duh. Let's see. I'm not even going to get into the AI stuff. I'm actually doing a little article on all that stuff for everybody. So, a lot of it's, again, not really AI, but it is what it is. Camera technology. Mentioned yesterday. New, no, not for the 16 series. For the 17 series, they're getting a new 24 megapixel. But we're talking about this year. So what are they getting this year? This year they're getting an improved ultra-wide sensor, that 48 megapixel sensor, which could allow for improved images in lower light conditions. That's why they're moving up to the new selfie camera for the iPhone 17 models in the future. That sensor brings in phenomenal low light, phenomenal images in low light conditions. And then it looks like they're going to also put a 48 megapixel as a main camera, which uses pixel binding to combine the data from 4 pixels into one super pixel for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. Let's see. There you get some of the tech. 8-part hybrid lens. Camera cutout. Camera layout. Jesus, my bad. It's the same. Same. Super periscope? I don't know. I would bet on that next year. I might be wrong. Battery. You are going to see a slight increase in battery size. Physical size of the battery. Should help. Again, try to cool it down a little more. Should help. Better CPU, more powerful, more efficient. Should help. So the battery life, I don't see changing on these. Should be pretty decent. In fact, yeah, you can see the percentages here. Damn, the Plus is going down in battery size? Interesting. I did not know that. No iPhone 16 Ultra. Still Pro Max. We'll have to wait till maybe another year or two. We'll get the Ultras. Increased price. Is the price going to increase? So component prices. So parts. So prices for the parts of this iPhone 16 rose, right? Up to 16% higher costs for Apple to put this iPhone together. So just to put one iPhone together costs 16% more than it did last year. Probably going to see them increase the price, not drastically, maybe a little bit, to try to cut that maybe 16% higher to try to offset those costs for them. Probably doesn't matter if these people are just going to buy them up anyway, so they could increase it and people still shell out the money. Future iPhone features, under display, Face ID we discussed, a very slim phone in next year's lineup we discussed, and then the year after that the flips, which they will introduce, which we have discussed quite a bit. So here is the iPhone 16 roundup change log. Pretty cool little roadmap there. I gotta get out of here. This cat's about to. I gotta go let her out of her feet or something. But anyways, I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta record a NFL podcast right now. So thank you for joining us. I do appreciate it. I promise I'll have my notes and be ready tomorrow. I'll schedule it for earlier in the day, so don't miss tomorrow's episode. And I need to do a giveaway. I need to schedule a giveaway. As you know, we normally do them on Fridays. I got to get better at my time management, and maybe I'll sneak one in tomorrow. How about what's tomorrow? Monday? Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll do giveaway tomorrow. Giveaway Monday. Don't miss it. Join tomorrow. We'll do giveaways. Hold me to it. I got y'all. Peace out.